Today I want to share with you the garden of my friend Alicia Welburn in Gallatin, Tennessee, where annuals are the order of the day and almost everything is grown from seed. Well, Alicia, one of the unique things about your garden is what you've done with the area outside of your fence line. So how did this idea come about and what got you started?
Well, for one thing, I wanted to mow less. And everybody wanted to see the inside of my yard, so I thought I'd bring it outside so they, as they drive by, they could, I could share that with them. They can enjoy it.
Yeah. Brings a little beauty to everybody's life, even if it's just in passing in their car.
Right.
So you've got quite a mix of things here, and we see a lot of poppies, bachelor buttons, larkspur, summer blooming asters, and then some other things to pick up later in the season. Does this all just reseed itself?
Yes, but I have to make sure not all of it drops, then we'd have a weedy mess.
Right.
So I capture some so I can put other places, other gardens, in the city or wherever.
Sure.
And then pull out some, compost the rest.
Compost the rest.
And then, as you can see, we've got quite a few already.
Yeah, the poppies really are just on their last, flowers, but still lots of blooms, but mostly seed pods now. So once these are finished and turn brown, you pull all of this out.
Oh, yes. And then I'll recultivate it and get ready to put out cosmos, zinnias, amaranth, sunflowers. So
another whole layer of summer flowering things that then last into the fall. And
you can keep putting seed out, even up to the middle of July.
With new seeding of the summer-loving, heat-loving annuals.
I try not to put my zinnias out until later because the Japanese beetles will just decimate them.
Right. So you actually sow your zinnia seed a little later to avoid the Japanese beetles, and then by the time the beetles are done, the zinnias are coming up.
Yes, exactly.
So, and then you get blooms from that all the way through the fall?
Yes, and that's of course when the monarchs are coming through, migrating.
So as they're making their way back to Mexico, the monarchs are stopping here for nectar. So you've really got a lot of pollinator action going on out here. So the garden really widens out as you get to the back of your property.
Yes.
And this was a piece of land that really was just sort of let go. And why is that?
Well, it's a gas easement. You can't build on it, you can't put trees on it.
Right.
But they don't mind flowers.
So the pipeline actually runs through here. The gas line actually runs through here.
There's an old one and a new one.
But you're not cultivating deeply, so there's no reason for, no worry about digging anything up.
No, I don't even use a shovel.
In so many neighborhoods, an area like this might have just, maybe 2 or 3 times a year it gets bush hogged, and the rest of the time it just grows up in nothing.
That's what
You've taken advantage of this opportunity to create something beautiful in this space. One of the things that you are incredibly successful with in this garden are your foxgloves. I don't know that I've seen stands of foxgloves in Tennessee that are as good as these are. What's the secret?
Being consistent about watering your little seedlings.
Okay. So these are biennial.
Yes.
They reseed themselves, come up as tiny seedlings in the summer.
Very tiny.
Yeah.
So that's a whole summer of watering.
Right. And then they overwinter as a big leafy rosette.
Yeah.
And then they do this in the spring and early summer of the following year.
And I don't mulch them because you're wanting all these little seedlings to come up. Now in the winter I'll put down all the leaves that come from downtown. I'll take them and put them in here.
Right. But you mulch more around them than over the top.
Yeah, I don't use any hardwood mulch.
Any hardwood mulch, right?
Not at all.
Just leaf mulch, which is breaking down really fast and also, helping improve the soil.
And I let these sit here and go to seed.
Right.
And yes, it looks ratty. And then I'll take a bucket and cut them off, collect the seed, let some drop.
But if you don't let them go to seed, then you don't have the next generation coming on.
Exactly.
So you have to put up with a little bit of, of them going past their prime in order to be able to regenerate them. So one other thing that you have beaten the odds on are growing these lupins you've been incredibly successful. What do you think is the key to their success?
Well, this is an old herb bed, and I actually put sand in it. And it's pretty well drained. The ones that I plant here do better than anywhere else.
Okay. So drainage is key.
Yes, and I direct sow.
So you grow these from seed also, and you direct sow them, and they're also biennial. So they're going to come up as small seedlings the first year and just grow into a clump of foliage.
Exactly.
Then they're going to overwinter and bloom the following year. So it's a kind of a 2-year process, a 2-season process.
And then those seed pods will turn black, they'll curl up, and the whole plant will die.
Right. When it's done going to seed, the whole plant dies. And so it's critical to have that seed to come back. Well, I know all of my gardening friends would say lupin doesn't grow in Tennessee, but this is proof positive that it absolutely will in just the right spot. Another thing that you grow here that is a little bit unusual for a lot of Tennessee gardens are these Spuria iris, which are 4 feet tall in full bloom. They're really tall, but they're strong and stand right up.
Wonderful in flower arrangements.
No special care. Yeah, they are great in flower arrangements. One of the things about them in flower arrangements is that they have multiple buds that will continue opening.
Definitely.
Then you've got them paired with some little lollipop lilies,
Asiatics.
which are some of the Asiatic type lilies. The copper iris are really unique too. What a beautiful color.
I found that at Lowe's.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I went by a nursery and I said, do you know what this is? And he didn't. And then I looked in my wildflower book, and evidently it's actually native here. Yeah,
in certain areas, usually around stream banks, rivers, that kind of thing. Yeah, we do find some copper iris native in Tennessee. So this is a beautiful example of it. They're very happy here. Well, Alicia, what you're doing here is certainly unique, and I just want to thank you for sharing it with us.
Well, that's what it's all about, making people happy and sharing.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.